It's about reconnecting with our land, with our Vanua, with our nature. When you say the term Vanua, it's a land where you belong.
The Pacific Islands and the global environment tourism has been touted, as a billion-dollar industry, to motivate people. But something's wrong with this picture. When you say to the local guy, "Oh, we're a couple billion-dollar industry," he looks around and says, "I can't see it reflected anywhere."
A cruise company, in many cases, it will take large numbers of people, it's therefore volume focused, into areas which simply do not have the infrastructure to cope with that.
With the old model of tourism, it's always about filling beds and filling seats on planes. But that's aspiring for a mass tourism model and encouraging locals to be workers, not business owners. A waiter, housekeeping, gardener, or the whole performance story that we always hear. But that's all staged.
It has pushed us to try and be like someone that we are not. And at the end of the day, most of the operators who were in the community just run broke or run dry from trying to meet those standards, which was not relevant to culture, to traditions, and to our way of life of our Vanua.
Tourists getting off go straight into a handicraft market which is put together artificially with products that are imported because they're going to be cheap. Isn't it wonderful we can have this cruise, it's really cheap, not realizing the livelihood is being sucked out of the places they're visiting.
People use our silence as a measure of confidence in their vision for us. And I think I've had enough of that,
I've been lucky enough to witness some incredible regenerative initiatives around the world. And a movement that is unfolding in Vanuatu and across the Pacific now sits high on the list. Deeply rooted in the concept of Vanua, a connection between land, people and spirit that needs to be felt to be truly understood. This island nation is pioneering a new tourism hosting model that prioritises the well-being of its people and the preservation of its natural treasures.
All our friends from all over the world are here paving the way for a regenerative future.
Regenerative Vanua is a Pacifica-led not-for-profit connecting and supporting initiatives in Vanuas across the region. Their passionate team, generously funded by the Australian government, assembled 35 delegates from the Pacific and beyond to take part in a unique regenerative journey.
They were called the Spirit. So you are witnessing the Spirit now. It's not the Spirit that is moving on those people. So if you want to join, you can go. Close your eye and then close your eyes. Close your eyes. Thank you.
It didn't take long to realise just how unique this journey would be. The first stop on our adventure was the beautiful island of Ambrim.
Ambrim, or as we know it, or Tumbrim as they call it traditionally here, is known as the island of magic. Magic is the traditional beliefs that help us live in harmony with nature. So we acknowledge nature for and how it provides for us and how we respect them back. Jesse is the traditional custom owner of this land. He's just welcomed us now. Feel free to ask questions here. We will be here to support helping them telling the story of their Vanuas. Thank you. These are wisdom of the elders and our ancestors that nature gave to them to be able to cultivate this land so that it benefit us in the long run. And that's what traditions do.
For us in the Pacific, we've really seen tourism as another wave of colonisation, the way that it has been developed and managed. What we've found is tourism hasn't been about the local populations. Globally, we're seeing a pushback on that. So now you're seeing protesting throughout Europe, Venice, etc., where communities are just uprising and saying tourism is taking over our communities and it's taking over us and our place.
Look how fresh this soil is.
There's a difference between need and want. Need is more focusing on what is important for your soul because you're feeding a spirit. When you're taking a local chicken, you're taking a taro from the Vanua, you are taking the ancestors. And if you take what you need, your spirits communicate. And when they accept each other, you are at peace. For me, regenerative agritourism is about reconnecting with our land, with our Vanua, with our nature.
About 8 kilo. Yeah, 8 kilo.
This is how our elders learned.
Yeah.
They saw what land offered and how it worked, and then they nurtured it and thrived alongside it to make sure that they work hand in hand. Today it's more us working against nature, and then the nature comes back and slaps us in the face with all these disasters.
I'm in the area of hospitality, so I teach chefs. We come into countries and we teach our ways, but we often don't understand the ways of the locals. My students teach me cultural diversity, but unless you see it and feel it, you're not part of it. And one of my highlights so far has been involved in a community kitchen. Everyone has a part, whereas in my culture, a kitchen is something that's very individual. It's family orientated, but it's still quite individual when it comes to communities. I think doing it like we're doing it here today, it's more how it should be. It's less invasive to the communities. It's about understanding community.
Regenerative Vanua is about land sovereignty at its very core. What we've seen with agriculture and tourism development in the Pacific is it's based around large-scale leasing and displacement of community. So what we're trying to do with a Vanua approach is make custom land more viable.
It's coming.
So being able to support Indigenous communities to stay on their Vanua, but also improve their well-being at the same time. And when they go into business, supporting them to think about the Vanua as a whole when they're doing their business. That their key to resilience is their social systems and their custom and their Vanua. So these are all the things we're trying to protect through regeneration.
I want to acknowledge the ancestors of this land, Jesse and the family, for hosting us, and for the beautiful Kai, to all the elders here. You're eating from our local plate today. So when you leave, you throw this, it will rot again and become land. That way we'll grow our food again. Right. You're welcome. When you say the term Vanua, it's a land where you belong. It's a place where you belong to, and it holds identity, it holds value. And this, for me, is the key point in regenerative agritourism. Everyone can live in harmony and not be in competition. We use what we have until our time comes, and the next generation comes and takes over. And that's how it should be. You look at nature, they thrive in harmony. And we all should do the same.
In just a single day, the mission of Regenerative Vanua had been deeply understood by our group. The food, people and spirit of Ambrym had affected us all. The second stop on our adventure was the island of Maivo. All of us held a deep sense of humility and honour, knowing that this was the first time the chiefs of Maivo had invited a large international group.
You are most welcome, and everywhere you go, it's free for you to go and enjoy time with us in this island. Thank you.
Wagta. Thank you for allowing us to come to your island today. Here's a gift on behalf of the group that we're here today to share some of your experiences and what you do here. This is another gift that I give to you to represent my people. Cookschum, thank you.
You're most welcome, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm the paramount chief of Maivo. I look after 23 chiefs, and also I look after 12 tribes. We look after our land, our trees, our resources. And if some development are too crazy, when they come up to cut a lot of trees, we just stop them and give the chance to the trees to grow. So that's my responsibility, to look after all the nature. All our spirits are welcoming you. All our trees and live things in this island also welcome you. Feel welcome. Thank you. Hello. Hello. You look nice.
A crucial element of regenerative tourism is that the visitors are not just passive observers or extractors. The idea is to get involved with traditional practices and customs, and that includes sourcing the water taro and prawns for the next shared meal.
This island and the people are one. We have to share things equally, remembering those who have already passed away and how they look after those resources until us presently we use it. We have to take the same responsibility to pass it on to our future generation. So in that way, we are not selfish.
Paradise. This is absolute paradise.
What was obvious on both of the islands was the deep valuing of nature, and how understanding nature was the most important element of the locals' education.
So we named all the trees, all the stones, we know all the different insects. We must be able to teach the children all this.
Colonization has got a lot to do with shaming the local culture, the knowledge. This approach helps locals realize the importance and the interest that outsiders find in their food culture, in how they conduct themselves within communities.
This is how we start. Traditionally, with our seashell.
By them seeing real reaction, emotional reaction from visitors, gives them happiness, some excitement in that what we have to offer is really good. It's always about their well-being, and when the community is happy, the experience of those visitors turn out to be positive and happy.
Tourism, here we restricted this island for so long. We don't accept tourism until we organize. So now this is the first time that it's like planting a seed today. We will see how we're gonna control it. So we are happy and the visitors are happy too. I really want the people who visited us will learn something that will help them too. Even though their environment is different, but it's something that we learn from each other. So I think that's the best way. Not stealing, but helping. Maivo land is not for sale. You can come and enjoy with us.
Our final stop was the island of Malakula, an island of extraordinary food abundance and powerful healing. One of the most impactful elements of visiting these islands has been the importance placed on ritual and ceremony. They have grounded us in each place and acted as both a welcome and a protection.
What you're going to see around us, naturally, you're going to see pineapples growing, taros growing, cassava, whatever you're going to see. We have our resources, but you have to help us to continue with the project. Already at the 7 stones, that means that we want you to help us. Thank you for listening. God will bless you.
As the group walked towards the heart of the island, I quickly realised that the locals had cultivated a remarkable food forest in which almost every tree was a source of fresh, organic sustenance.
Right in the middle of taro, banana, cabbage and everything else.
Never seen anything like this. It's crazy.
Our food forest.
It's crazy.
They're doing a mix of low story and high story cropping, and you get the shade from one crop and it gives shade to the crop below. The soil is so rich and diverse. There's mycorrhizal fungi speaking and giving each other plant signals of what they need and what they don't need. The organic matter falls on the floor, which then feeds the next crop, and it's just this complete circle of life which just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, that's better than Fiji water.
It's great to see these systems because the land is not eroding. We've all had our play in the soil. As I've been here looking at the humus and seeing the layers of just black gold, we call it.
It's for the babies.
It's inspirational, knowledge that we all need to take back as we move forward into a world of agricultural issues.
We use this as a post, and it's harder than pine.
Wow, it feels like it's like concrete, like a brick. Yeah. Far out.
Yeah. You know, we peel the skin off and then we sow the touch roots on the... If we plant our food and we plant our wood so we can harvest everything. Yeah. Even including the materials to build our house.
Yeah.
We have it all.
Just growing wild.
Even the flowers that decorate the women.
It's such a simple system. Like, it's basically the law of return. Whatever we take, we have to put back and more. And the way these people live in Vanuatu is doing that. They don't take more than they need, and they work with the cycles of nature to replant and regrow for future generations. You don't have to think about pesticides, and this is like Earth should be all around. And people don't go hungry here. There's enough food for everyone. You know, they get wiped out by natural disasters, but they come back. The earth is very forgiving if we look after it.
This is another variety of taro. During a lot of festivities, we bake with it.
This will bake.
Like pork fat on it. Oof.
Is it of the cyclone?
The cyclone food.
Yeah, okay. Because it's resilient and strong.
Yes.
We know that even when tourism stops, they're resilient. And we saw that in COVID when everyone returned back to their Vanua and planted their gardens, and they actually flourished during that time. Where other countries, they really struggled with the tourism tap being turned off.
When we were at the mighty Wesso waterfall, we were, particularly a lot of the women, I think, we were all really moved by the way that the water was moving through the land and the way that we were all interacting with it and the joy that it brought, and it did feel mighty and it did feel powerful, and we were, you know, I remember Ella saying, you know, I cried so many tears into that sacred water. Pacific communities aren't just islanders, but caretakers of the water and the ocean. The water's health and the waterways and its clarity and its purity, but also the spirituality of the water and the way that it makes us all feel when we're all together in it.
laid here are 7 stones that we've put into the ground, 7 different cultures that have come on this trip. And laying the stones is a commitment to the people here to hear and learn from this experience and the values and promote regenerative tourism. This is my stone here and my commitment to help in whatever way I can.
Good thing with this type of tourism, it offers good, meaningful experiences for tourists. You get grounded the minute you get into those communities because it's a different kind of approach. It's not the usual tourist feeling entitled, coming into a community and get treated like kings and queens. You're in a different Vanua. Them allowing you to come into their communities to experience their lifestyle, their stories is a privilege.
It's flipping tourism to be more around connection, experiences and learning instead of just rest, relax, the sun, sea, beach type of tourism that is extractive at its very core.
What a gift to all of us this week has been. There's not one person who was with us that hasn't changed.
It's warm.
Words don't really do it justice. I think it's a feeling of being here, which I haven't really experienced anywhere else before. I think it's so close and so in touch with the natural world. Like it's just here, like it's actually surrounding me. I'm just a part of it.
People pay Tony Robbins $35,000 to try and change their life. Come to Vanuatu.
The spirit connects to the spirit, mate. We already know each other like we grew up together. And that's the beauty, the unique point of difference.
The new model, seeing your dollar put back into communities and for governments, money stays in country.
Any good investor would come to a new place and wants to invest there. You should have this mindset about unleashing the power within there. Why? A living culture. A living culture, not a culture that's showcased, not a culture that you bring out from the back door to present, to give some color to your experience as a visitor coming to my shows. More than that, man. That's what regenerative Vanua is all about, mate.
I've always been pretty connected to nature with farming and stuff, but this is it's actually enshrouding my whole body, and I hope more people will experience it because we need it. This is my way of describing, I think, it's just...
Our short time on the islands of Vanuatu had been a profound experience for the entire group. As promised by one of our hosts, you will arrive a guest, but leave as family. With the support of organisations like Regenerative Vanua, the rich, diverse cultures of these islands will be kept alive for generations to come, while inspiring those who visit them to consider how they treat the human beings and environment of their own Vanuas.